Good morning. This is my third video. I had my son Thomas around the other day and he said I've got to start doing episodes. So I think I'll start my episodes once I actually leave the country. But this is my third one now. So I've been doing a bit of work on the van. I'll just show you some of the things I've done so far. So I've built the sink unit and I'm currently in the process of plumbing in the tap and the wiring. I've added curtains all the way around from a really good company on eBay, and they were quite easy to fit, to be honest. So got all those done. I've started adding some, that sounds a bit weird, but some chrome strips on above the wheel arches. The wheel arch was a little bit crumbly, so I've kind of sanded them down, painted them and put some chrome wheel arches on the backs there, but on the fronts they're really bad, so I've got a guy coming around to just weld those for me. I'm just doing all the wiring for the submersible pump for the kitchen, and then I've got to go and get some gas. I've also wired from the front of the van all the way sort of along and down the back, because this is my fridge and I still don't know if it works, but it plugs into a cigarette lighter. So I've ordered a cigarette lighter cap for the fridge, which basically just lifts off. It's quite a decent size actually. Yeah, so it goes right back. So I've ordered that, and then I've got a solar panel. And I'm going to try and wire in the solar panel to run a trickle charge to the front battery, so that the fridge can stay on all the time. And I've got a solar charge device there, controller, with some USB ports so I can charge my phone as well. And then I've kind of broken this off, drilled a hole, and that's where my cigarette port's going to go for the cigarette lighter, and the fridge will go under here. So you can see the wiring there, and I'm going to attach the cigarette lighter thing on this metal bar here, and the fridge will sit going backwards, and then I've got plenty of space going right back under there for cases and things. I also bought a really old roof rack the other day from eBay, really rusty, and I got it really cheap, so I sanded that all down, painted it green, and that's going to go on the roof. I've just got to drill these holes a bit bigger, because they don't fit the bolts, so I don't want to get small bolts. I want it to fit on the roof really nice and tight. So that's that done. I had a guy out to have a look at the welding, so he's going to do the wheel arches a little bit along the sills, and there's a couple of holes up under the wheels, so he's going to do all that for me, and then all that's left to do then is take it in for a service, and just a few odds and ends then, but it'll be pretty much ready to go. So and then what I'll do is I'll take my other car in, and I can get that one hopefully sold. It's on HP, but the guys at the garage said if they bring it in, they'll put it on their forecourt and try and get rid of it for me. So that'll be that done. And then probably got 2 months left. So all of June and all of July. I've been looking online constantly, and France are looking at opening up their borders probably towards the middle of July, maybe towards the end of July. So if that works, then that will be me leaving and heading to France. I've got a few people that I've contacted in France that have got either chateaus or farmsteads, or they've just bought a big French property, and they need people to help volunteer and fix things up. So that's my plan, to go and help them do that, and kind of work my way around France, head down through Italy, and then down to Malta. I'm going to spend a bit of time in Malta, then back up ready for the winter in the Alps. I've applied for several ski jobs. I've had a few call me back at telephone interviews. One of them, you had to be a really professional skier, which I'm not a really professional skier, and the other one, you needed to speak fluently in French. So again, I can speak schoolboy French, but not fluent in French at all. So those two were out the window. So I've applied for loads more anyway, so I'm just waiting to hear back from those. And then, yeah, so That's my plan. And when I start my vlog, I will do one every single day, where I'm going, what I'm doing. Thomas suggested getting a dash cam or a GoPro, and kind of video my drive every day as well. Sort of fast forward it and then cut it into any vlogs that I'm doing, as a kind of a show and tell of where I've been, what I'm doing, what the journey looks like, which sounds like a good idea. I've just got to work out how to use iMovie on my Mac. He said it's pretty simple, so I'll look at doing that. But all in all, it's going well, really going well. I'm really pleased that I've done most of the work on the van myself. I obviously can't do welding, and I wouldn't be able to service it. There's a few bits I can do, like changing a light, and I can do an oil change and little things like that. But it needs a new clutch, which I've got, and it probably needs a cam belt changing, because it's going to be quite I'll probably be doing more, sort of 3,000-4,000 miles just to get to Malta. So I want to make sure that's all working well. What else have I got to do? I've got to organise changing the insurance over from the car once I take the car in for service. I've then got to sorry, have my hand on the camera. Get my European cover, get my breakdown cover. I need to get a personal accident insurance as well, just in case anything happens while I'm over there and I can get flown back to the UK. I've organised. I've got a slight heart issue in that my heart beats out of rhythm sometimes, and I've got tablets that keep my heart in rhythm, and the doctor will only give me a supply for 3 months. So they've said I can get them as soon as I leave for 3 months. Then I'll have to find a way of getting more. They did say I could get them over there, but I have to pay the local price, unless I can get somebody to go in and collect them on my behalf, which you can on a prescription. So that's the only thing I'd have to do, and maybe change my doctors to somewhere where someone would go and collect it for me. I mean, I know a few people here, but it's probably easier if I get it changed to Aylesbury or something where I know more people. So that's that I've got to do. I've got to get the car sold. I've got the woman that's going to be taking over the house. She can move in at the end of July. Lease will still be in my name, but she's going to pay the rent. She's going to pay a year in advance, so that kind of makes it more comfortable for the agents. What else? Cancel all my direct debits. That's another thing I need to do. I need to get rid of all my kind of Netflix and all those silly little things that you gather as you're going through life. Once I've done that, that's me really. I'm ready to go, which has come around quite quick, to be honest. I think Carol and I probably haven't been properly together now since February, I think. Yeah, it was probably end of January, beginning of February. So what's that? March, April, May. So 3 months, and I'm kind of getting everything done in that time. I've got a few things still to get back to her that are in the house, which I'll get rid of. I've started packing everything in the house. Oh yeah, my container, from Monday I can pay for and start taking stuff to my container, which Adam found for me, which is down near Hatfield, quite cheap as well. So I'm going to pay for a year up front on the container, and at least I know all my stuff's safe for the time I'm there. And everything else I've sold really. I've got a sofa, really big sofa I just need to get rid of. And the other stuff, the woman who's moving in is buying from me. So I just said to her, look, you can have all of this stuff, curtains and light shades, etc., etc. And she just sort of gave me a price, and I said, yeah, take the lot. So that's good. I'm going to worry about moving all of that. Yeah, I say a lot. I've just realised that's not a good thing. So I will, and again, catch up next time. Okay, bye.